So you have a new Windows 8 PC and you want to know how to properly shut it down, or restart, or put it to sleep. Let me show you all the different ways, whether it's using a mouse, keyboard shortcuts, or even creating nice, easy to click on icons that are available here on the start screen. This is the new start screen, or the modern UI as Microsoft calls it. And in here we want to go into the charms bar. Now the charms bar is currently hidden. So to open it up, we put our cursor into one of the corners on the right hand side of the screen. Either the top corner will work, or the bottom corner of the screen. And we want to click in this charms bar on the settings charm. Here it reveals the power option, click on that, and you can sleep, shut down, or restart your machine. So just stick your cursor into the bottom right. I would prefer the bottom right because you're closer to settings. Click on settings, click on power, and there you go. That's how you can properly shut down or restart your machine. But there are other ways, faster ways that you can do this. Specifically, if you want to use keyboard shortcuts to open up that charms bar and go into settings. Windows key on your keyboard, if you hold the Windows key and press C, so Windows C will open up the charms bar. Then you can click on settings. But that's still kind of two steps. Open the charms bar, then click on power. We can actually directly go into settings by hitting Windows I. Windows I directly goes into settings, and there you can click on power. So that's very quick. If you want to do it all with keyboard shortcuts, you can hit Windows I, then do Shift Tab and Shift Tab one more time. Hit the Enter key, and you can arrow up and down through the options and hit Enter to choose the one that you want. And that way you're doing only keyboard navigation. There are other ways that you can shut down your machine though. One, for instance, is Control-Alt-Delete. Control-Alt-Delete will bring up this screen where you can click on the power icon and you can restart it that way. Personally, I would prefer the Windows I because I think it's easier to click on this and it doesn't take over my whole screen, but that's my personal preference. Now, we also have the traditional desktop, and we have other ways we can shut down in the traditional desktop. So if I click on the desktop tile or hit the Windows D will go to the desktop. In this traditional desktop, we have another way that we can shut down using Alt F4, which is your keyboard shortcut to quit applications. So first of all, you want to make sure that you're not in an existing application. If you're just here on your desktop, hit Alt F4 and it will bring up this dialog where you can simply hit Enter or click OK. You can also choose to restart, sign out, etc. One word of warning for this: if you are on that start screen, let me go back there by throwing my cursor into the bottom left corner of the screen and clicking on Start. You can also hit your Windows key to come back to the start screen as well. If you just click on desktop or hit Windows D to go to the desktop, if you try that Alt F4 keystroke, it may or may not work. If it doesn't work, try clicking once on the desktop and then it should definitely work if it doesn't work the first time. Let me show you one last technique. You can create icons for your desktop or start screen to easily shut down or restart your PC. Windows has special built-in commands that you can create shortcuts for. To create these, simply right-click, choose New, Shortcut. I'm going to type in this command, and a list of these full commands is in the show notes for shutting down, restarting, sleeping, locking, etc. There's a different command for each one. Simply copy and paste the text from the show notes into here. For example, this one is for shutting down. I'll click Next and give it a nice name, such as Shutdown. Double-clicking on this would shut down the machine. Now, I'm not going to do that right now because I don't actually want to shut down. I don't particularly like this icon, so I'm going to right-click and choose Properties to give it a better icon. Click Change Icon and OK, and choose a better icon. Let's do one more. Create a new shortcut by right-clicking, choosing New Shortcut. Paste in your command that's in the show notes. In this case, I'm going to type in R for restart instead of S for shutdown. And this one will be called Restart. Once again, give it a better icon by right-clicking and choosing Properties. Change the icon. This one happens to be towards the end here. I like this particular icon. These can be stored on your desktop in a folder, wherever you like. Double-clicking on them will shut down, restart, or whatever that particular shortcut says to do. Currently, these are only on the traditional desktop, but we can also pin them to the Start screen or Modern UI. To do that, simply right-click and pin to Start. Right-click, pin to Start. Now, to go back to the start screen, I'm going to hit the Windows key on my keyboard and scroll over here, and we can see the shutdown and restart. If they're currently in a group like this, we can rename that group if we like. If they're not already in a group, if they're stuck in with another one, you can drag over until you get this icon, which will allow you to create groups. Once you have a group, if you'd like to name it Power or something, you can mouse over into the bottom right corner of your screen, click on this minus, and right-click on that group. And then you can click on this name group, something like Power. And then you can just click back to zoom in. You've kind of named that little group that you have. Clicking once on either of these will do that particular task. So now you have an easy way from the start screen with one click to be able to restart or shut down your machine. And if I go back over here to the desktop, I also have the icons on the desktop. If you'd prefer them not to be icons on the desktop and maybe you'd like a toolbar instead, let me toss these into the recycle bin for right now. I'm going to open up a folder that I created earlier. I simply called the folder Power, or whatever you want to call it, and I created all the shortcuts for these different commands. The commands for all of these are in the show notes. I can turn this into a toolbar in the taskbar area. Right-click, choose Toolbars, New Toolbar. Navigate to wherever you save that folder. And even though I have this Power folder on the desktop, you don't have to put it on the desktop. You can store it anywhere on your machine so it doesn't have to clutter up your desktop. I just did it here for convenience. Choose the folder that contains all those shortcuts. And now you have a quick, easy access menu to all of those features. So you have them here on the traditional desktop with one click, and you have them on the start screen. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and click like.